Hi, Tony Sells here. I've got Emilie Kintner again in Boulder, Colorado. We're Startup City, USA. We're on our tour, and we're having some great fun here talking about entrepreneurism and how it's changing this nation, how it's evolving. But one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about while I had you here, Emilie, is that the importance of tying entrepreneurism and education and personal development, the reason it is so tied together is because the personal evolution that you go through to, you start a business, you work for a crazy person, he beats the hell out of you, pays you like crap. I mean, right? And he gives you no emotional support, and then you run out of money. If you're going to go through that evolution, that personal evolution that you go through, I jokingly say you buy a job, you work for a crazy person, and then all of a sudden, then hopefully you start to make money, and then eventually you learn how to be an entrepreneur, right? Yeah. And then from there, learn how to run organizations, a whole nother game. Why is it so important that people surround themselves with support of education and personal development?
Well, so you can go and get an MBA, right? And you can sit in the classroom and you can learn about pedagogy and best practices, but entrepreneurism is learned surrounded by your peers and around people that are also entrepreneurs, people who are also trying to level up their skills, and you don't know what it means to be an entrepreneur unless you've done it.
Right.
And so you need to have that peer-to-peer support,
right.
And you need to have people who have gone through this. You need to have the master entrepreneurs, which we try and surround maybe entrepreneurs who are doing it for the first time, and they're at the very beginning, and maybe two very maybe non-technical people that want to create a tech product. Well, then how the hell are they going to get through that process? Is talking to somebody who has done it, and they say, oh, you need technical talent. Let's find that. What does that look like?
Yeah, I call it artificial pressure, right? I mean, when you get up and give a talk and you do it in front of your peers, there's artificial pressure there.
Yeah.
But that is so much better to do it there, or to fail with a board, or to fail with other entrepreneurs, or have them beat up your idea, or beat up your assumptions, or beat up that, rather than go and raising a bunch of money and then failing it with it in the marketplace. That is much more painful. I don't care how bad you think your board meeting went. That is much more painful. So when you find organizations like Galvanize who can put in that infrastructure and then teach you some of the basics of learning how to fail and doing it fast so you can pivot and move on, that's really that's entrepreneurism to a T.
And so what we're doing at Galvanize is we're building a very strong, very, very tight-knit community of entrepreneurs. It's based on relationships, and it's peer-to-peer, it's peer-to-mentor, it's peer to student because we have the educational component. And
it's pro to peer.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then hopefully even the pros are leveling up a little bit via coming through our spaces.
Absolutely. I've got the gray hair to call myself a pro, but I can tell you the one thing about it is that some of these kids that I'm meeting today are creating such powerful, innovative ideas that are blowing my mind. And seeing the way the things are going to unfold, it's pretty amazing that they have that kind of future vision. But the flip side of that is making some of those simple mistakes that we can say, hey, I took that arrow, you don't have to.
Exactly.
That's the balance that you guys bring in that community.
Yeah, so it's more, I should say, in addition to like the happenstance collisions, is how do we create formalized learning platforms for our entrepreneurs so that they can learn from the pros who have gone through valuation and raising a Series A or a friends and family or a seed round to kind of help them and support them and give them kind of the love that they need.
You got to find the infrastructure, right? Thanks so much. Galvanize.com.
Thank you.
Emilie, appreciate you.
Thanks.